So, something slightly different before I put out players 8 and 9 that I would replace this summer. They'll both be out later on this evening, so make sure to subscribe to the channel, turn the notification bell on, and you won't miss either of them videos dropping later on this evening. But for now, I'm going to give my player awards to the players that I think deserve them this season, and I want to get your thoughts. I want to see what you guys think, whether we have the same thought process or whether you think other players are worthy of the accolades. But before I do that, don't forget, stick a thumbs up on the video, share the content around as well, and leave as many comments as you can. I'll do my best to reply to all of you if I can. But I'm going to start with my player of the season, and for me, that goes to Alexandre Lacazette. I think he leads by example. I think he's been absolutely fantastic this season. He was in the team to start with. He was then out the team. He's been in and out over the season. They've played together, him and Aubameyang. And when they're on the pitch together, they do bits. And even when one of them's on the bench, so for example, Aubameyang will be playing, Lacazette's on the bench, they still have that bond and that friendship there. But believe me, when Alexandre Lacazette is on that pitch, he is absolutely superb. His work rate is just ridiculous. For a striker, he runs past our midfielders at times to go and get the ball back. He starts some attacks, he defends properly, and he gets it. For me, I think he should be captain next season. And I think the only other person who's in the running for that, in my opinion, is Socrates. Other than that, I don't think anybody else at the club has the qualities and the leadership skills on the pitch in terms of doing it in performances. They both get it. But for me, like I said, I think Alexandre Lacazette has been nothing short of fantastic. Some of the goals the guy scored this season have just been ridiculous. We all remember the goal against Liverpool, where he sat the goalkeeper down on his backside and weren't even looking at the goal, and he just pinged it straight in. He scored a wicked goal, absolutely unbelievable goal against Tottenham, where he's just sort of spun, he slipped as he hit it, and it just went in the bottom corner as well. Nice that it came off Eric Dyer. But his goal against Cardiff, his goal against Chelsea, wow, technical ability is mad. Against Man United this season at the Emirates, he was fantastic as well. And overall, I can't fault him. I think he's been absolutely superb. I can't knock him. I think he's been brilliant. And for me, he's my player of the year. On to young player of the year. And there's only one candidate for this, in my opinion, and that is Matteo Guendouzi. I think he has just been absolutely fantastic. He's slotted in like he's played Premier League football for a decade. Yes, he's still got lots to do. He's still learning. He still makes mistakes. He still doesn't track runners back properly. He switches off and the concentration levels aren't up there yet. But for somebody to come in for 19 years old, £8 million, and just hit the ground running. And he's played pretty much every single big game this season as well. So that's credit to him. But obviously the manager sees something in training as well that says, yeah, I rate this kid, he's playing. And for me, I think it's the work rate. I think it's the energy levels. Even if he makes a mistake, he doesn't let his head go down. He still wants the ball. The one thing I will say about him is sometimes he keeps hold of the ball a little bit too long, which invites pressure. And he done that against Bournemouth, I think it was, and they ended up scoring. But ultimately, that never meant anything in that game because we slapped them up anyway. But for me, I think he's been a joy to watch this season. And in the big away games as well, another one that's just like Lacazette. He never gives up. He puts the effort in. He tries all the time. And he's going to be fantastic for us next season, especially after having this year under his belt in the Premier League. If I was Arsenal, I'd strap him up to a new contract ASAP, give him a little bit of a pay rise. And anyone coming in trying to nab him in the summer will have to pay top dollar to get him. So that is a great bit of business by Arsenal Football Club to actually, firstly, identify him, but then take the punt on him for £8 million, which for a 19-year-old from League 2 in France, is quite a bit of money. And then to actually play him, the amount of games he has played, fair play to him for grabbing his opportunity, and fair play to our manager for picking him and putting him in the starting 11. And he's been a joy to watch, like I said. So for me, he is our young player of the year. But let me know who you think on either of them so far. On to goal of the season for Arsenal. This one was a tricky one because there's two candidates for goal of the season. One of them is Aubameyang's goal against Leicester. where we all remember Ozil did a little flick on the just inside the centre circle, and fluid little attack, nice little step over from Lacazette. Sorry, it was Ozil that did the step over into Lacazette. First time ball, Ozil with a nice little dink cross, and Aubameyang couldn't miss. It was a tap in, and that was a fantastic goal. But that's not my goal of the season. Although that was a great goal, and I thought it was fantastic and it was brilliant to watch, I think Aaron Ramsey's goal against Fulham was the one for me that gets the nod. That goal, it was funny actually, because he'd only just come on, Aaron Ramsey. He'd only been on the pitch a couple of minutes, and the way that attack built up, there was a pass, I think it was from Aubameyang, I think it was Aubameyang, I may be wrong, and he just did a first time ball round the corner. I may be wrong on that, I'm not 100% it was Aubameyang, but he done a first time ball round the corner out to Mkhitaryan, and that made that goal, because although the build up was great, a nice couple of flicks and passes and the off the ball movement and stuff like that, that little ball round the corner, first time, if he had took a touch on that, he would have been clattered by the centre back. That don't happen. That goal don't happen. And then Ramsey running in, and we've seen him do it time and time again over the years. A lot of the times it don't come off, but sometimes, like it did against Tottenham a few years ago, and how this one did, it comes off. And when it comes off, it looks absolutely fantastic. And fair play to him. You know, he'd only just come on the pitch. We all knew he was leaving. And we absolutely spanked Fulham that day, and we scored some fantastic goals in that game. But for me, that goal just about eclipses Aubameyang's goal against Leicester. Firstly, it was because it was an away game, and secondly, it was the fact that it started so deep in our area, and it was the flicks and the pass. It was just fantastic goal, the all-round goal, unbelievable, and to finish it with a back flick, absolute quality. So for me, that's my goal of the season. Let me know in the comment section down there what your goal of the season is. And last but by no means least, I am going to give you my best moment of the season. I think we're probably all going to be in agreement at this one. And I'm going with Lucas Torreira's goal, the fourth goal in the North London derby at the Emirates. I was at that game, and I was literally just behind the goal when he went through on goal. And Lacazette was standing just outside the 6-yard box. And I was going, pass to Lacazette, pass to Lacazette. And he hit it, and thank God it went in, because if it hadn't have gone in, Lacazette would have gone nuts. But what a goal. And he ripped his shirt off and went legging it over to the corner, sliding on the floor. What an absolute top draw moment of the season, because Tottenham had given it the Bertie all week. Their players had given it the Bertie in the game, with the shush and all that from Eric Dyer, telling Ramsey to go and sit back on the bench and all that palaver. So the fact that that killed the game off, the atmosphere in the stadium, it erupted. It was mad that day. That was really loud in the Emirates that day. But as soon as Torreira scored, absolute scenes in the North Bank. It was mad. Absolutely crazy. And everyone left that game buzzing. We all remember the video that circulated of Guendouzi hanging out of the car on the Hornsey Road with all the fans. It was just mad. But that game, it was just mad. It was absolutely mad. It had absolutely everything in that game. Red card, penalty, great goals, you know, a bit of drama with Ali and Ramsey, you know, and all the shush and all that crap. And it was just a mad game. It was a proper North London derby. And the fact that we won that, I know we won against them last season at home, but, you know, last season we were crap, like really crap. But this season I've seen something different in us. And I think the players felt it as well. The players, when we won that game, you see the celebration afterwards. Everyone was mocking us, going, "Oh, it's like you've won the league, blah, blah, blah." No, it weren't about that. It was about the fact that, you know what, you've run your mouths all week. We've come and we've just slapped you up after being behind in that game. And it was a case of, do you know what, get back in your place. And we actually went above them at that time, I think. Obviously, they're above us now. They're 1 point ahead of us. They got Liverpool this weekend. So let's see what happens there. But that's my awards for the season so far. Let me know what you guys think. I'd love to know what you guys think. Who your player of the season, young player, best goal and best moment. Leave it all down there in the comment section. Also, don't forget, tonight I will be dropping 2 more videos, 2 more players that I want to see replaced in the summer. Spoiler alert, one of them is Petr Cech, the other one is Mohamed El Neni. I'll be dropping them, both of them will be out by 9 PM tonight. Probably drop one about 7 o'clock and then do the other one at 9 o'clock. So don't forget, keep your eyes peeled for that. Subscribe, like and share. Until then, I'm out of here. Laters, peeps.